We must make sure our farmers, and especially our small farmers, are given the resources they need. We all know the critical and global importance of addressing climate change. Like the current pandemic, climate change is something every country in the world must tackle together. This past year has taught us how very interconnected we are on this earth, if we didn't already know. As we address these important issues, we must also remember that small farmers are the backbone of Irish agriculture, not just in Donegal, where we both live, Minister, but in the country. So as we call on farmers to do their part to help fight climate change, we must also do what we can to protect and improve the livelihoods of small farmers. The IFA President has said that farmers are committed to reducing emissions. At the same time, I know that some small farmers are very concerned that measures to reduce the carbon footprint may punish them for using cost-effective traditional measures. At the IHNFA's AGM in November, President Colin O'Donnell was rightly concerned on how the EU land a designation might unfairly impact hill farming, including those in Donegal. Mr O'Donnell made it clear for any environmental scheme related to farming to be successful, the new CAP must not discriminate against farmers who are living on who have land, who are living on sensitive land, or who does farming in sensitive environmental land. We must make sure that these are support for our farmers, especially for small farmers. Farmers like us all want a clean, healthy environment to pass on to the next generation. They have families, they have a mortgage, they're ordinary citizens that have to also put money on their table. Let's not forget that. We cannot punish small farmers for practices that they've encouraged in the past. And many of our small farmers are farming in a more natural and environmental friendly way than bigger operations. The next common agriculture policy will have an extra focus on climate action, but the new CAP is not expected to start until 2023. Payments under CAP have long been allocated unfairly, in a way that discriminates against small farmers in Ireland. A flattening of CAP payments is long overdue. Any measure put in place that will affect small farmers' incomes must be adjusted by stronger supports. I understand this roadmap was developed after engagement with stakeholders, and I welcome that. We must bring all parties together. I also understand this roadmap is a living document that includes commitment to engage along with stakeholders. I welcome that too. To make this work, we must make sure our farmers, and especially our small farmers, are given the resources they need to work. They put food on their tables by making sure we were able to put food in ours. I never really, as a Dublin woman, I never knew the value of farming, and I know that may sound a bit silly as a 31-year-old, but when I moved to Donegal, living with small farmers and knowing the livelihood that many, especially young men in rural Ireland, for many young men in rural Ireland, especially in Ardara, it's their way of life, it's their livelihood. And as a vegetarian myself, I'm not against farming, and I don't think any vegan or vegetarians are against farming, so I just want to put that on the record as well. And again, Minister, I would like to thank you for coming into the House today, but also we have to remember, while in city life and in other parts of Ireland, while we're not looking at farming and how important it is, especially to young men, it's vitally important to young men, especially in rural Ireland. Just to say that. Thank you.